So we're going to do some foam roller positioning to open the front line, the chest, and to mobilize the thoracic spine. And if you recall, the thoracic spine, T1 through 12, those joints were designed to give you the most triplanar mobility. So your ability to move in all three planes really should be from this big section of 12 vertebrae, your thoracic spine. And what happens is the body will always, the brain body, the neural system will always choose safety or stability over mobility. So when you have pain and injury, the body goes a little bit on lockdown mode. So one of the main areas to pay the price for that is your thoracic spine, that triplanar, meant to move area of your spine gets shut down through the neural system, and now it doesn't always come back online. We have to restore that movement. Otherwise, the low back, those 5 lumbar vertebrae that do tend to pay the biggest price, and your little teeny neck vertebrae, also the second most common spinal issues, pay the price because that mid-back is locked up. So we want to be able to free up the thoracic spine to support the neck and the low back. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this foam roller, and I want to make sure you can see it. So it is a mobile surface, okay? So getting on it, you do have to be ready. It moves. So I'm going to come and sit on the very edge of the foam roller. And I'm going to put my entire spine and head on it. And my legs are what kind of support me. So you walk yourself down carefully, using your arms, lengthen out the neck. And even when you're taller than me, which is pretty much everyone, you'll still mostly fit on this. I have a 6'5" patient, and he does this, so I guess it's the leg length that matters. So anyways, we are your sacrum, see, I have a lot of room, but you would put your buttocks, your sacrum, at the very edge, and you just got to make sure that your head is really supported on this. And then, well, I'm so used to it, I forgot, you would have your hands down and you kind of feel it roll so you can get your support, your protection. And then you can take your hands off, and your legs are responsible for keeping you from falling off, right? Don't fall off, that's not part of the program. So here we are, and it's just a beautiful blue sky, a little bit sunnier than it was, so I'm squinting. But what are we going to do? The first thing, once you have your balance and you can pull your hands away and feel comfortable, you're then going to take your hands over your chest. Drop your shoulders down. Make sure you're not raising up to reach high. Your shoulders are dropped. And now I want you to slowly, how slow can you go? Open your arms out slowly, particularly right about now I'm starting to get a little bit of a neural tension pull through here, so that's normal, but I'm going to go slow it down, kind of almost enjoy that pull, enjoy that stretch. And now the back of my hands are just beginning to hit the deck, so I can just relax here and continue to feel my shoulders are starting to glide almost over the roller, and they're dropping down, and I'm continuing to get a stretch in the front of the chest. And so I would probably hang out here for a few minutes, probably 2 minutes, until I really release through here. But for our time's sake, I'm then going to show you, I would then, let's say I'm here, I might come up a little and get a stretch here. And now I feel that in a slightly different area in my chest and upper arms. So I would wait for that to drop and totally relax and lengthen. And while I'm doing this, the roller is kind of pushing into my thoracic spine, so it's giving me a little bit of self-mobilization there. And that's great. And then let's say I need more of a stretch. So then what I could do is take my arms, bend my elbows to 90 degrees, and I could do this stretch. So this is a little more intense than with my elbows straight, or mostly straight. And I can enjoy the pectoral front chest stretch here. I can come up a little bit and get some lats, and that's more lats and pec minor. So I'm getting a little bit deeper stretch through that little pec minor bug. So you can try different positions and really just enjoy it. But let's say you've spent now 4 minutes or so and you've opened up the front line of the chest. Now we're going to mobilize the thoracic spine. So how are we going to do that? We're going to bring the arms down and then back overhead. And we've done this exercise with the ottoman overhead lifts, but we can do it on the foam roller. So my elbows are straight, they have to be straight. My shoulder is down. I interlace my fingers, keep the shoulders down, keep the elbows straight, and glide the arms overhead as far as they can go without shoulder pain. And then I might hold it for a couple seconds and come back. Now what's important here is that the rib cage doesn't push open to give you that motion. So you don't want here at your ribs to push open. We want instead keep the ribs flat, and that's when you're going to feel the foam rollers really pushing into 2 spots in my upper back. And it's kind of giving me a nice joint mobilization. It's like going to the chiropractor or physical therapist. Oh, and I let my elbows bend, so I'm going to straighten them back up. So elbows straight, shoulders down, glide overhead as far as you can, hold it for a couple seconds and come back up. And we can do 15 of these. And now we're starting to wake up our upper spine, our thoracic spine, so that we can restore that ability to have triplanar motion. And do I want to show you those other ones? Yeah, let's do it. So this is the long position. Honestly, this is just so yummy. I just want to hang out here. But let's say I want to get a little more intense on opening up those joints in my upper back. So you roll to the side, by the way. You just very gently come off. And I'm going to turn the roller now so that it's horizontal. And I'm going to keep the roller at all times on your upper back. So I hope you can see me. You do not want to put the roller on your low back. That could be injurious. So avoid the low back. Kind of find your lowest rib, and from there up would be okay. You'd also not press into your neck on this. But here we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mobilize my own upper back joints using the foam roller. And what I need you to do is pelvic tilt your low back. So I'm going to roll my low back towards the floor and keep that the whole time so that my low back's not giving me the motion, and I force the motion back up to my upper back. So I'm pelvic tilting, I roll the low back flat into towards the surface. Then you're going to use your hands behind your neck and to support your neck. And then I got already a tight area on my back. So here I'm just going to start to lean into it as far as I can without losing that tilt. And that's about it. And I could do a couple self-mobs, and then I could roll up to the next vertebrae. Keep my pelvic tilt, come back, and you'll notice that one's not going very far, but it feels great. I can go to the next level, pelvic tilt, and push into that. And that also feels great. Keep your neck, don't overextend. Keep your neck in a nice neutral. And I can go up the spine this way. And finally, if I want to do even more aggressive, I can lift the butt, keep the core engaged so your back's not sagging. And then I can roll my entire thoracic spine. I keep my neck in neutral. And then I can get like a nice deep tissue fascial work. And you'll find areas where it's kind of sore, like just don't roll on your neck. There's my upper back. Now I'm at my shoulder blades. Right there's a nice spot. So I could just kind of linger here. Just make sure you're working at your core, not to let your low back sag. Ooh, this is another, see, notice how I move my feet. That's another really nice spot. And you want to come all the way down to your lowest rib, but not beyond that. And so that's a little bit more advanced. Don't do it if it hurts. It'll be too intense for many of you. But the first three you probably could do. The lift and roll, again, a bit more intense, but a great fascial work. And give it a try. Open up this thoracic spine to release your neck and low back. Enjoy.